You can also de-stress other topics with these methods that I teach you. That's what the people who are with me for another 10 months learn. They do all kinds of things on their own then, but you can also start with that. So you can't de-stress that the teacher thinks it's crap. You can only de-stress something with them or with yourself. What I'm thinking right now, and I'm asking myself this now, what was it like for you when you were a little girl? Were you not enough for teachers there either? Is that ever a bit of a topic for you? Because often it's the case that the mothers are so worried because they're, in a way, reliving their own thing with the child. Do you recognize that from somewhere within yourself?
Yes, indeed. Well, I couldn't really sit still in first grade either. I remember I was also a very active child. Even one of my grandmothers actually said she'd rather have my sister come over because I was so wild.
Yes, but what is the topic now about school?
At school, I know, I can still remember that I always wanted to walk around and that it admonished itself several times, so to speak, so that at some point it was called, okay, I don't even remember what exactly it meant, but in any case, I still remember that I was scolded quite a bit, that I always got up and wait.
Yes. And what kind of feeling did you have there? So I need a sentence. I need a sentence that describes your emotions. I'm not good enough for the teacher. I'm not calm enough. I'm doing everything wrong. What did you think when it was so difficult at school?
I have to make an effort to be just like the others, so to speak.
I can see that 100% right now with your son, who is just giving up on himself exactly the same. Wait, I have to make an effort so that
I'm just as good as the others.
you can de-stress with both of you. Because that's what your son is doing right now.
Yeah.
And that's what you're getting right now, what you're getting as a slap. Ding, 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 ding. And this is precisely your continuing education offer of the universe. If that doesn't resolve, then that will also be his motto in the next school. So this sentence, exactly this sentence, is de-stressed with the method. When did that come about? Your grandma already said that. When did that come about?
I would say at 3 or 4.
Okay, created at the age of 3. So you do this de-stress method, right? Tub, 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 tub. Not reflex XY, but topic. I have to make an effort to be as good as the others. Originated at the age of 3 years with me. Then you do this de-stress method like this, and what do we want to have instead?
I'm good the way I am.
I don't like it yet. It's not enough for me. It has to be over the top.
I'm just right the way I am.
No, no. I'm wondering if you believe in God like that, right? I mean, life has made us the way we should be. So all this parenting is just a fuss about something that's already divine. I look like an angel from above, from the church. At some point, I was an ideal of beauty, but now I'm not. Others are funky and have totally brilliant ideas. That's probably their gift. It's just annoying at school, isn't it? But still, it's perfect as it is. Do you believe in God?
Yes, yes, I was brought up that way. And I have to say, when I used to have grief or worries, I actually always prayed, and it always helped me. I'm not the typical churchgoer who runs into church all the time, but I have to say, it used to bring me a lot from that point of view.
That's coming from a pleading position again. So I struggled for a very, very long time with my ability to feel people and that I can heal people. And I always thought to myself, who am I? Who will allow me to do this? They all want that from me, but who allows me to do that? Am I allowed to do that? And then there was at some point, I went for a walk like this again, looked at all these flowers that smelled so delicious, was so happy, and said, these flowers are divine. And at some point, I remembered, I don't have a problem if the flowers are divine, but I do have a problem if I'm divine or if we humans are divine. Find the mistake. Is that too presumptuous? If you say, I am a gift from God, or I am divine, and there are no mistakes, because the good God does not make mistakes.
The name of my son is even a gift from God or wanted by God.
No, then we'll put a gift from God there. That's very nice. I am a gift from God, and God does not make mistakes. What percentage does it serve to eliminate this sentence? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. What was that sentence again?
I am a gift from God and God does not make mistakes.
Yes. So before de-stressing, I also do a clearing. The clearing is when all emotions of apology come out. You can add to the current problematic topic and say, I have to work hard to be as good as others with this topic.
Exactly.
If you've forgotten the topic, then read it again. I would definitely always write it down, because I sometimes forget too. Then I write it down again. Then I can, whenever I notice it's no longer in my mind, I don't feel it anymore, then read it again. And then you basically do that exactly. Delete everything related to it beforehand. You don't need that. You don't do this exercise. Then you do this kinesiological de-stressing. This here is now being replaced. The stress regarding I have to make an effort to be as good as the others arose when I was 3 years old. And then you just do it like this 9 times, solve it, and so on.
Exactly.
And then here again, the replacement.
Exactly.
Replace here again. And then you just go through it like this.
Exactly.
So it is important that you feel what you are programming, because without emotions, our subconscious doesn't feel like doing anything. So we can program our subconscious with life-sustaining emotions. So it has to somehow be interesting. Sex would be one, but it doesn't work in this context. So then emotions, love, care, security, these emotions. So you just have to feel what you're programming into it. If you don't feel it, then it won't work. So that means you program yourself into it. I am a gift from God, and God does not make mistakes. And you can feel that, and your belly can get warm, your heart can grow big, you can feel valuable as a real treasure.
Exactly.
With counting, with sums, and then saving. Okay?
Good. And that's what I'm doing now with myself and with Matteo, right?
Yes, it actually originated with you, but it's exactly Matteo's thing, and he's always taking it out right now.
And that's probably why I suffer to some extent when I see something like that.
Oh yes, that's why you're suffering doubly and triply. I've heard that so often from many people who have said, there's little Sandra sitting with the headmistress and getting shit on again. I cried just as much as I used to when I was a little girl. And then they said,
Yes, but you're the mom now.
and exactly, that's your topic. And that's what shapes a daughter right now. Please do that. And then she said at the end, she was totally relaxed during the second conversation. The discussion. There was this fear, this no longer existing fear of failing, this fear of being wrong. And yes, then there were no more behavioral problems from the daughter. So with your son, I wouldn't say it originated at the age of 3, but seized by me. And then you see what happens. This isn't a lie, what I'm programming for you here, right? You can take that. That's true, right? Do you need a step in between because you don't believe it?
No, I don't need it. I don't need it. That fits.